Well, Alan, here we are. It's looking back at the Brackley game on Tuesday when we lost 2-0. It's not the sort of place to go to and concede a first-minute goal, is it?
No, not at all. And then when we last words before we left the dressing room, I said, be solid, don't concede an early goal. We knew exactly what them were like. They're one of the strongest defensive teams in the league, always have been. And we knew if we'd conceded an early goal, it would be tough to break down, which it proven to be the point. And so frustrating because the planning was there. We'd done everything. The players understood the jobs, and we did fancy to get a result there, even though travelling 5 hours on the bus is not ideal on a Tuesday, especially when lads coming from work. But listen, I thought the game itself, if you took that first goal out of it, there wasn't anything in it. I think we probably had more possession, but neither goalkeeper made any saves. Had any saves to make? It was like you look at it, it was a 0-0, and I think that's what would have probably happened if that early goal hadn't have gone in all honesty.
Yeah, I listened to the commentary, and we had around about 56% of the possession, which says its own story, doesn't it? But like you say, we didn't create that many chances. I think there was a couple in the first half there. There was one for Adam Campbell, and there was one for Tyrone, I think.
Tyrone should have had a shot rather than cutting back, and he got his shot blocked after that. And I think we've had this conversation, I don't know how many times, that I keep telling the lads they need to shoot so more often. And if people see me on the sideline, you'll see it. We keep shouting me, Daz, even the staff behind me, even the players behind me. So when I put Luke Chorman on, first thing he does, he has a shot. So it's not as if they're not getting instructions to do that. It's just they're looking for the perfect goal constantly, and that's the problem we've got. When you do that against a good organised team like Brackley, it's got to be perfect, and the pitch wasn't in that condition to play that perfect at the time. We just need to take a chance. We need to get the shots off. Erico and Cams were coming to inside constantly. We weren't getting the support behind Tyrone. Jared was trying running behind, but then we weren't getting the support from Will to join in with Tyrone because the game was too stretched. Then we're happy with us having the ball in front of them. So listen, it's a learning curve for them. We know where it went wrong. The lads know that. It's such a shame because we had so much of the ball, but we just didn't do anything with it. In all honesty, that's the bottom line. We didn't do enough. Wasn't enough creativity there, and that surprised me with what we had on that pitch. But you've got to give credit to the opposition sometimes that they defended like they do. They had the back five there, 3 lads. Gaz Dean, who's been there for years, marshalled them, and he does his job. The lads in midfield, they didn't bomb on as much as what we thought they were going to do, and I think that's because they got the early goal and they were quite happy to just sit back and soak the pressure up. So you've got to give them credit as well. So fair play to them. They've done a number on us, and we've got to make sure that we put things right in the next game.
Yeah, the next game is going to be on Tuesday at Farsley because the away game at Southport on Saturday has been postponed because of COVID. And I've got to say for Farsley on Tuesday, weather permitting, because the forecast isn't too great over the weekend. Again, they're talking of ice and sub-zero temperatures. If it does go ahead, there's bad memories of last season to put right there, isn't it? Because that was your first game.
Oh, definitely.
And we were 3-0 down.
It was my first game, and one I wanted to forget quite quickly. It wasn't great. 3-0 down at half time. We just never seen that coming, in all honesty. And we've done ever so well pre-season, and then that was it. And we know what to expect. It's going to be a team that will probably play 3 at the back, 5 at the back, and try and play to their strength. So we've got to be better than we were on Tuesday, especially in the final third. And we've got to stop the sloppy giving away goals. And I'm sick of seeing that. I've been saying that since I come, I think. But you change your personnel, and it's still happening. And that's a worrying thing. It's still happening. There's the sloppy goals. We get punished for any little mistake. We're not punishing teams when they make a mistake. And that's a thing that's a bit of a bugbearer. But I must say, Sean Reid has stepped in and done exceptionally well at centre half. I think he was probably our best player at Brackley, to be honest. He done ever so well. And I'm pleased for the kid. But there's a lot of places still up for grabs, the lads now that it's going to change. But if we can get that magic formula where everyone's at it, then you stick with it. But we haven't just got that magic formula just yet. We'll miss players on Tuesday, obviously. And then we'll be back. Lids will be back. Aki will be back in the squad. Omar will be back. So it's it's disappointing that we never had players available. But listen, the squad was strong enough, and we just never done enough. And we've got to make sure we put that right at Farsley. It's going to be a tough game, but we've got to make sure that we're right at it.
It's very much a stop-start season, though, isn't it? Building up for matches, for example, the Spennymoor game, and then we were thinking about Southport after Tuesday night. That's been called off. It's we've got Farsley on Tuesday, question mark over the weather. It's not just Arlo, but I dare say a lot of teams are thinking we cannot really get some momentum going here.
No, you cannot. It's so tough, and the biggest problem we've got, really, everyone has, is the testing procedure is not in place at this level, and it is a bit of a worry, especially for players that are living with parents that are shielding. And we've got a couple of players there, and we've got a couple of players whose partners are pregnant, and it is a bit of a worry because we've never been tested once while this has been going on. And obviously yourself and Dave Watson don't travel on the bus now because of the risks. And I think the National League need to come up with a proper way of getting this done properly and safely and securely, and whether it be get the testing done or whether they pause it for a month and extend the season, something needs done. But the silence coming from there is not great. You know what I mean? It's just stop-start constantly. We're not sure when we're going to play next. As you say, the weather's bad, and we just don't know how many postponements we're going to have by the end of the season. We've still got 33 games to come in till the end of May, which is absolutely unbelievable.
And midweek dates are starting to run out. And it's like an hourglass, and the sand is slowly trickling down, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, we're starting to rearrange games in March now, so it's and Easter's coming, so there's not many midweek dates. I think there'll only be 6 or 7 left.
No, you can see what's going to happen. Everyone can see it. Unfortunately, the cup run, and that's hit with on this, but I'd rather have that cup run than not. That's a certainty. I think the club needed that financially, and it's done wonders for us, and we're in a good position financially off the pitch. On the pitch, we're still in a good position. Believe me, I know what I've got there, and we will be in that top half become the end of the season. That's a certainty. I'm pretty certain of that. But we're just, that's it. It's unknown. No one knows what's going on. No one knows what's coming around the corner, and you plan all you like, and then it changes. You see, the Spennymoor game had everything planned, changed on the morning, which I didn't think any reason why it was going to be off, but unfortunately it was. And then we'll get the COVID one for Saturday again, and it doesn't help. Believe me, it doesn't help. And obviously we've got the uncertainty on Tuesday at Farsley with the weather forecast. It's just never ending, planning then changing, planning then changing. But everyone's the same way. We've just got to get on with it until someone says otherwise.
And let's just hope as well when we do restart that we can pick up a few wins and get up the table.
Yeah, that's it. We know what we've got. We know when we will be. But the lads need to do a lot more. We know that, and I'm sure they're working the socks off. They really are, and it's not ideal. We never even had a training session since after the Blythe game because there wasn't any facilities available due to weather and lockdown and everything. And you could tell for that first 10, 15 minutes that we were rusty. And that's been a big problem for us, not having a proper training facility that was open, unfortunately. But it might be the same for everyone else. You just don't know. You've just got to get on with it. And that's it. I know what I've got, and I know the fact that we'll get points really soon.